Minister Carl Greenidge is not pleased with much of the negative commentary surrounding the Exxon Mobil contract.
Whilst nobody can object to critiques or criticisms or questions, some of this is irresponsible.
Today, the minister took time to address certain issues with regard to the challenges to the Exxon Mobil contract.
They have to perhaps deal with are a lot of the very negative and sometimes ignorant comments being made.
Channel 2 Headline News asks the minister if there is any substance to the daily critique that the Exxon PSA is receiving. Is there any substance to it at all?
Very little. I saw, for example, a newspaper report comparing us to Ghana. Okay? And if a newspaper doesn't understand the difference between profit sharing and an arrangement that has a royalty plus normal or near normal profit tax, then they shouldn't be involved in such discussions.
Greenidge believes that the deal is a good deal, citing the writings of Dr. Clive Thomas to make his case.
A good deal, if you, don't let me bias you, have a look. Our premier professor in the Caribbean, in the arena of economics, is Dr. Clive Thomas. I invite you to have a look at his contributions, which have been for a while weekly contributions on petroleum and gas. And you will see, I think the last report, the last commentary he did at the end of, maybe at the end of January, pointing to the fact that you cannot simply take an agreement fashioned by one country and compare it mindlessly to others. Physical circumstances even of Guyana and Ghana, Guyana, Uganda are quite different. Offshore isn't just offshore. Offshore can mean just offshore, it can mean deep sea, for example. Our oil, petroleum reserves are quite far out into the deep water, 3,000 meters and thereabouts. It requires a lot of investment. There are lots of risks involved because you may know the oil is there, but to get it out is another problem.
The minister went on to suggest that the oil investors are taking a risk and that they should be rewarded for that risk because of the threats from both the east and the west of our borders.
We face special problems. Both of our neighbors have, at various points, used force against those who are trying to help us develop those resources. All of those things have to be taken into account.
The minister noted that much of the local reporting mirrors the opinions of nations who wish to stymie Guyana's development. Nonetheless, he asserts that the media must be careful and objective with their critiques.
You can see some of them linked very closely, one newspaper in particular, pursuing policies which, if you look at them carefully, are identical to those that are being put out by one of our neighbors who is very much interested in stopping the work of Exxon offshore. Now, why should one of our newspapers be carrying a policy along those lines? The petroleum analysis they're supposed to be carrying out is no different from the commentaries in relation to our territorial integrity. And we have to look at that. We have to look at that.
The minister said that we need to look at that. What he means by we is not clear. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.